Hello there everyone, it's HeroicLegend here, and we are playing Fire Emblem Three Houses once again. Now, I did do a bit of grinding while I was away, and thus I'd actually kind of like to take this opportunity to once again explore the school. For a little bit of proof here, we have the main character at 12, although I'm not too comfortable with using the intermediate passage yet. I haven't mastered Myrmidon just yet. 29 more fights though. Edelgard has become a fighter. Hubert has become a bishop. I mean, a monk. Forgive me. Ferdinand a soldier. Linhardt also a monk. Caspar has become a fighter as well. Bernadetta another soldier. Dorothea another monk. Petra a brawler, and we have Marianne as our student who's helping us out. Right now, the only ones who are kind of behind, air quotes, is Linhardt and Ferdinand, but Linhardt is, of course, our healer, and Ferdinand's going to be our cavalier at some point, and I might make him into the supportive cavalier type, like I have Sylvain in my other data. We also have a lot of supports to get through, so let's go through it.
Hello, Professor. May I speak with you?
Of course, Ferdinand.
You seem to hold Edelgard in high esteem. That is my impression, at least.
I do. He's a good student.
She is certainly talented. No doubt about that. But I wonder, what is your opinion of me? I am quite talented too, am I not? Be honest. Do not hold back. Pretend that I am just a regular person, not the scion of a noble house.
Scion? That's how you say it? Ooh, I feel stupid. In truth, Ferdinand's probably one of my other better units. At least in terms of physical. Like, if I saw an enemy who was not strong to physical attacks and didn't output enough damage, I think they were evenly matched.
Evenly matched? Me? With her?
That's right, I have high expectations of you.
I was just being modest before. Honestly, I have always prided myself on being superior to Edelgard. But evidently, that is not your perspective. I suppose there is only one thing to do. I must demonstrate my excellence.
Look forward to it.
Precisely. You cannot stop me. I will prove that you have drastically underestimated me. You think I could ignore such a slight upon my honor? Not likely. Come, Professor.
Oh my god, I'm actually frowning.
We will begin with battle. Edelgard's skills in combat are no match for mine. I heard that just the other day, she defeated a demonic beast without assistance. Well, anything Edelgard can do, I can do better. And in half the time. Professor, you can be my eyewitness and timekeeper. Here we go! 2 at once? That's... well, it will be fine. I can't do it. It seems you have saved my life. Thank you, Professor.
Oh, dear. Well, that's gonna require some talking to. Edelgard I'll have to take some time before I can do that. Hubert, this should be interesting.
Sometimes I wonder if your life could have taken you down a different path. If you had never met me and entered my service, you might have had a more peaceful...
A more tedious path. Inconsequential and spoiled rotten, like so many other nobles? Never. My duty to you is no mere obligation. I chose this.
Oh, so we have a bit of a to-do situation here.
I had thought that would be obvious to you.
I understand you well. Better than anyone. But when I see you at the monastery, studying with the others, it makes me wonder what kind of life you might have had without me. That's all.
Such a life may have had its appeal. I thought I'd left my years of carefree innocence behind me. But I cannot deny that I find myself enjoying my time at the monastery.
I feel the same way.
That enjoyment, however, is only thanks to you. Standing by your side is all that truly matters to me.
Huh?
I see. Then I won't speak of such things again. If it's really what you want, I'll gladly keep you by my side. The path I must walk is soaked in blood. It's a path that can lead to madness, can snatch away one's future, and can even take one's life. And the pool of blood at my feet is growing larger. Those stains can never be washed clean.
Please leave the violence to me. A leader must be seen as pure, above the fray. Allow me to paint the path that lies before you red with the blood of your enemies. I will do it gladly.
Okay, we actually get a very, very unique view of Hubert there. I'm actually kind of shocked, because Hubert, he's, let's not mix words here, he's an evil-looking motherfucker. There's nothing, that's the only way I can say it. He looks just evil. Just evil. And to see how loyal and in service he is to Lady Edelgard, it's nothing short of, I wonder what he's all about, actually. And I'm kind of happy to see that he really just is loyal to her and in service to her. He only cares about her well-being. You don't get many vassals who feel the same way in some games, or people who are just kind of serving you to serve you and don't really care about you yourself.
You came at just the right time, Edelgard.
Is that so?
Yes, I have a story for you. It's about a pair of nobles living about 100 years after the founding of the Adrestian Empire. One was Derek von Eyre. People called him the Warrior Prime Minister. He bravely led soldiers into battle and mowed down his enemies. And the other
Was the Emperor of the time. She wagered the throne in a duel against Derek and won. Why don't we do what our ancestors did and have a little duel ourselves? That's what you were going to say. But the answer is no.
You interrupted me! The Warrior Prime Minister used a dramatic line to propose the duel, and you did not allow me to say it!
My apologies, Ferdinand.
Well, at any rate, you were correct in surmising that I was about to challenge you. But you were rather blunt in your refusal.
Ferdinand, control yourself. When will you tire of challenging me in pointless competitions?
When it stops becoming fun.
I can quit now if you insist on it. I will not challenge you again.
You expect me to believe that?
Why do you look so surprised? Of course it is not a valid duel unless both parties are willing. Now that you have refused outright, I must come up with some other way of getting that which I seek.
I'm afraid to ask what you could possibly mean by that.
Only that I will find some other way of showing everyone that I am superior to you. I will write a handbill listing your accomplishments, alongside my own more impressive accomplishments. Copyists will produce thousands of these pamphlets and distribute them far and wide. Then everyone will know about my...
This has to stop. Perhaps I should have ended things with a duel after all.
And this is why I like this game so much. So many of the students actually have personalities rather than just, you know, sayings. Huh. We can actually get A rank with Shamir. That's also an interesting prospect. Let's see how he talks with Linhardt.
Well, this is fascinating. Following this equation...
Linhardt. Here again I see.
Go away, Hubert. Now is not a good time. Ah, yes. The double line becomes a helix, and its arc... No, that cannot be correct.
Now is exactly the time. Lady Edelgard requests your presence. Come. The lecture is about to start.
Politely inform her that my research is vastly more important than whatever it is she has to say.
While your passion may be admirable, it is sadly misdirected. This matter takes priority. Return to your hobby when your duty is done.
Hobby? This research will most certainly prove useful in the future.
The Empire requires you to be useful now. I should think you would want the same. You have an almost unparalleled intellect, a singular focus, and unfettered imagination. In truth, you have talents that many, including myself, will never have the privilege of possessing.
Are you complimenting me, Hubert? That alone deserves to be studied.
Jesus Christ.
Let me finish. I haven't an ounce of respect for the cause you have chosen to waste your talents on, which changes frequently, I might add, with no rhyme, reason, or results. Learn to apply yourself to something constructive. You may still have a bright future.
That sounds suspiciously as if you're not going to leave me alone.
It's exactly what it means. He's not going to leave you alone. Get to class.
I just want to live a life doing things that interest me. Is that so wrong?
That is unacceptable, even for a nobleman. Her Highness will soon ascend the throne. She is attempting to deal with such noble privilege head-on.
You have a point, and I understand where you're coming from. But I can't do it. I can't bring myself to work for someone else.
Pathetic. Keep to your books, then. Goodbye, Linhardt.
Okay, now let's see how he is with Dorothea.
Completely unreasonable. How will I see to this?
Hubie, what are you doing here?
Did she just really give him a nickname like that?
A routine matter. No cause for concern.
Ah, so it's something to do with 80 then.
And?
She really is all you ever think about, isn't she? Look, I know you're doing all this so that she'll like you, but if you go too far, she'll end up pushing you away. Maybe even hate you.
This has nothing to do with swaying Lady Edelgard's sentiments. I am simply her humble servant.
Oh, Lord, this dynamic.
I do what is in her best interest. Whether she cares for me or not is irrelevant.
It really doesn't look that way to me. I bet you'd follow any order 80 gave if you thought it would make her like you. Am I right?
Any order? What a thing to suggest. But the answer is no. I will decline any directive that I deem would not be beneficial to her.
Is that right? So, just for example, if 80 commanded you to find yourself a suitable wife, would you do it?
If it would benefit her in some way for me to marry, then yes, I would marry.
It's easy to say that now, with no bridal party in sight. But if it was the day of the wedding? Nah, I don't believe that.
I don't care what you believe. My only wish is to see Lady Edelgard fulfill her ambitions. All other matters pale in comparison.
Hubie, pale in comparison? You've seen too many operas. I don't think you understand how the world works. At all.
He probably doesn't, but again, he does seem more like the vassal who's willing to... I saw the... It's a good thing I did Edelgard and Hubert first, because that really painted a picture of how Hubert is, and I actually kind of almost regret putting him in the same category in my mind as I did, you know, some of the other Fire Emblem antagonists who served the king or queen.
And I don't care what you think either. I would make any sacrifice to support Lady Edelgard. It's a shame you've never experienced such devotion.
You're right. I don't have anyone like that right now. But maybe someday I will.
Then maybe someday you'll understand. Until then, we will never see eye to eye. Now, if you will excuse me, I have much to do.
Hubie, I don't get you. Although I do find your point of view just fascinating.
Yeah, someone who's vastly loyal like that without any benefit for himself does seem a little bit strange to others, I suppose. Okay, now we have Ferdinand talking to people. Actually reaching B rank with Bernadetta.
Bernadetta? If you have a moment, I would like to discuss what happened before.
My nemesis! The hour of fate arrives. Help!
I am not here to hurt you. You need not even open the door. Just listen to me.
I don't have to open the door? Is this a truce? Okay, I like truces.
Jesus, Bernie.
Thank you. I would like to apologize for sticking my nose into your business the way I did. I thought you might be unhappy all cooped up in there, and that maybe I could help. But I've had time to reflect on what you said, and I realize I was mistaken.
Hey, so you can learn.
Oh, thanks for caring, but I'm fine actually.
I see that. I suppose that is what I'm trying to say. I should not have pushed you to do something that you did not wish to do. And for me to frighten you like that? That was unbecoming conduct for a noble.
Maybe a little bit.
Frankly, I am embarrassed by my behavior. I disgraced myself.
Well, you know what you have to do now. Seppuku.
As for my injury, you need not feel guilty or afraid. The sprain was a result of my own thoughtlessness, not anything you did.
You got a good heart there, Ferdinand. Just brain stuck on stubborn.
I have always strived to be a good person, but I suppose all that striving was for nothing. I have failed in my duty as a noble.
Ferdinand?
Yes, Bernadetta?
I don't really know much about this sort of thing, but you shouldn't say things like that about yourself. It wasn't all your fault, you know. I'm to blame too. I hurt you, and I'm sorry.
Aww. You can't see the bow, Bernadetta.
Really, it is fine. It healed quickly.
And it wasn't for nothing either.
I am not so sure.
I do like my time alone. Actually, it's more of a need. But you're right. I also need to venture out every once in a while. Maybe if I work as hard as you do, I can try it a little more.
Yes, keep working at it. You are already much more outgoing than you used to be.
Hey, that's nice to hear.
When I mess up, or even when it's just a bad day, it's hard for me to step outside. I'm too scared. But the next day, I try again, because I know that one mistake doesn't ruin everything. So you're still... I mean, just because you... That doesn't mean... I don't know how to put it, but that's how it is. So, the end.
What a graceful end to the conversation.
Hey! Come on, that was serious! At least I got you to laugh.
It's very sweet. I like the support conversations in this game a lot. And it is interesting to see how the others react to, you know, what they're doing.
Ferdinand? Our professor is wanting to see you. He has much concentration right now. I will wait for him to be finished reading.
Diplomacy has an effect upon weapons development.
Huh?
Yes, that makes sense.
It does, huh? Really? What is an effect upon weapons? What? Huh? No, I'm afraid I don't understand that. You're gonna have to clarify that one, Ferdinand.
Oh, Petra, how long have you been there?
Yes, surprise face. It's something I'm actually growing quite fond of.
A short time. You were devoting all of your attention to that book.
Forgive me, I was fully absorbed in my reading. I see you have been reading as well. Anything interesting?
I am studying the history of Fodlan.
A history book. What a keen student you are. And it's about House Hresfelg. Certainly a stimulating topic.
I am wishing to learn all about Fodlan. What is the book you are reading?
Yeah, I kind of like to know what book you're reading too, there.
Oh, this? This relates to a little hobby of mine. The regional history of weapons development in Fodlan. Militaries have to adapt their weapons according to terrain and climate. And they have to keep up with technologies in other regions. It's very interesting.
Yes, it is interesting. I see why you would be enjoying that kind of reading.
Oh, does that excite your curiosity too? Perhaps you would care to read more about it then. This is just one of 18 volumes, and our library has the entire collection.
Wow.
I give you my gratitude. Research of weapons could be a good reference for me. Oh, please take my apologies. I was meaning to tell you that our professor is wanting to see you.
Oh, it is not like you to forget something. I suppose I ought to be going then.
Yes, it is a rarity that I forget something. But it is not impossible.
An interesting little conversation. I wonder where that's going to start leading up to. Okay, Lindhart has 2. Because again, I keep them next to each other during class.
La 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 la. Such lovely weather for painting.
Bernadetta?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
It's just me, Linhart. What are you doing?
Painting! Just painting. Not important. Am I in your way? I'm in your way. I'll just go. I'm going.
No need for all that. I just came out here to read. I'll stay quiet and still so as not to bother you. How's that? If you want to go, that's fine too.
No. I'll stay.
Say, aren't you usually holed up inside?
I'm sorry! I'm sorry for coming here. I'm sorry for bothering you! Mad, aren't you? You look really mad. I'll just pack up. I'll be gone before you know it.
Bernadetta, Linhardt doesn't have the possibility to be mad. He's always sleeping.
Mad? At you? Never. I rather admire you, in fact. I fantasize about shutting myself in my room and never going outside again. It sounds like paradise. However, I wouldn't be able to perform my research. That, Bernadetta, is a problem.
What? You admire me? Nah! No way. I know a trick when I see one. What are you plotting?
Honestly, it's Linhardt. I don't think he has the possibility of plotting anything and seeing it through to completion.
So you wanna copy me, is that it? And what's a copy do with the original? Replace it! I've got you figured out. I won't just sit back and take it. I'll fight you!
What? That's not a... this is too much hassle. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry! Please don't kill me!
Hello. Looks like it. Looks like my mic cut out during the middle of that. I said, probably be my reaction to her as well. Gotta be a little bit more careful, apparently. Bring some more wire up a little bit. I know we're spending a lot of time looking through the characters' support conversations, but that's because, again, I keep this. This is technically part of the story. And
I do believe a nap is in order.
it's funny, it looks like this conversation just took place after the support conversation between him and Bernadetta.
Ah, this is lovely. Just feel that breeze.
Dorothea, whatever are you doing here?
He's in tired mode.
I was thinking of relaxing here, but it looks as if someone else is lounging in my spot already. Taking a nap in public like this? Really, Lynn. The nobles look down on such behavior.
You do know I am of noble birth.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just teasing. You never do act very noble, though. Why is that?
Each person must follow their own way. This is how I prefer to live. Even if some of the more pretentious nobles like to poke fun at my ways.
Doesn't that bother you? I mean, really? It doesn't hurt your pride or anything?
I don't think he has the capability of it hurting his pride.
What use is pride? It doesn't feed nor clothe you. It offers no warmth on a cold night.
First time I've heard a noble say something like that.
Well, most nobles are... oh, what is the polite way to say it? Fools. Yes, they are fools. As for myself, my father is the Minister of Domestic Affairs, and he has pride enough for the both of us.
Damn.
For example, did you know he and the Minister of Military Affairs cannot get along, although they value each other greatly? His pride gets in the way, so he can't make amends. That is why there is discord between civil ministers and military officers in the Empire. And so pride serves no good purpose in politics either. So tell me, what use is it?
I wonder if bad blood between civil and military leaders is somewhat unavoidable. The Minister of Domestic Affairs is in charge of all civil officials, so if they just give in easily, their subordinates would lose respect, right? I get the feeling that if your pride isn't equal to the responsibility you bear, then you aren't fit to lead. Also, I happen to think pride can be quite charming.
And how necessary is charm? It just gets in the way of living your life.
If you lack charm, nobody will give you a second glance.
Right, which means more time for napping.
sometimes I can't, the way Linhardt acts and speaks, it's just like, "Arr!" But in other times, I can feel this on the spiritual level, though. Linhardt tends to be a lot of people's spirit animal, and this line right there proves it. Right, which means more time for napping.
Lynn, you can't really believe what you're saying, can you?
Yes, he can, and he does. Oof. Alright, we have Caspar, who's probably going to talk with Dorothy. Oh, just Petra, which means Petra and Dorothea can talk next.
Alright, time for some more... Oh, Petra. Hi.
I don't like how you sounded there, Caspar.
Caspar, do you want to train with each other?
Yeah, sure.
You have had new training recently, and great improvements. I want great improvement too. Will you give me help?
Well, hey, look at that. You pay more attention than I gave you credit for. I have been trying new training methods.
Try to backflip during your attacks, aren't you? I approve. I'll help you immediately.
They're definitely paying off. My movements are much sharper lately, more precise.
I still don't understand how backflips don't fit into this.
I am knowing that. I want that too.
I don't think you can handle the backflips. You use swords and bows. But jumping into the air doing a spin seems like something you can do. Professor will help immediately!
You teach, I learn. We both get more strength. It will be greatness.
Alright, I mean, I guess we can give it a shot.
I get the worst feeling he's gonna get knocked down and, it's gonna hurt his pride.
Petra?
Yes, Caspar?
No, never mind, sorry. I was just thinking about something else. Nothing at all, let's train.
I heard a question in your voice. Say it.
No, it's really nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I will not be worrying. Can we begin the training?
Fine. We can talk about it if you insist. You can stop pretending like you don't know.
What am I knowing?
About my father.
Your father? He is of the military in the Empire. I hear he has great skill.
No, not that. Well, it's kind of about that. I'm talking about when Dagda and Bridget invaded the Empire.
Eh?
My father led the Empire's army that fended off the invaders.
Oh, Lord, it's a... Caspar.
Your father was in that battle. Did you really not know? My father killed yours.
Caspar, it's... The sins of the father do not befall on the son.
You... How long have you had this knowing?
I just found out recently. I had no idea before then. But it's all I've been able to think about since.
So, now you have the truth.
Petra? Damn it. What am I supposed to do now?
It's not your fault. I keep forgetting that Petra is the princess of that spot, and yet she also bears no crest. Actually, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 students who don't have crests in this class.
Petra, how are you doing? Getting used to life here?
I am settled. Everyone shows great kindness.
I'm glad to hear it. I was so surprised when you first arrived.
I don't like where this is going either.
A princess all the way from Bridget.
I really don't like where this is going anymore.
You have my gratitude. But please do not call me princess. You are making my cheeks blush.
That's adorable.
There's nothing to blush about. You're every little girl's dream of what a princess should be.
Aww.
Anyhow, I suppose it's been a long time since you've been back to Bridget, hasn't it? I hope you aren't homesick. Maybe we can cook one of your favorite dishes from back home.
I do wish for that. But there is no possibility. The ingredients are not found here.
We'll grow them.
I suppose you're right. That's probably why they don't cook the food of Bridget in the dining hall. I'm sorry. I just got to thinking about how hard it must be to live somewhere so far away from home and... No, it can't be impossible. I'll fix you a real meal of Bridget. I'll just find a recipe and similar ingredients.
And now I get to see how she reacts to her saying that.
Wait, Dorothea. It is the thinking that counts.
Thought.
but your cooking is... what is the word? Horrendous. That is what everyone is saying anyway.
Horrendous? Nobody's cooking can be that bad.
Why is it they've made quite a few of the characters in here terrible cooks? I get that they're noble, that some of them are noble, so that makes sense, but like, Dedu is a great cook, and from Dusker, and oof.
The thinking is enough for me. You have my biggest gratitude.
Fine, I'll do something instead of cooking for you. I just want to be sure that you feel at home here. How about a massage? That may help you loosen up.
I have no problems. My body is already able to relax.
Oh? Then perhaps I could sing you lullabies to help you sleep.
I'm not having sleeping trouble.
Just know that you never have to worry about putting me out. I like helping my friends.
Yeah, and I know why.
Well then, I must be going, but remember my offer.
Dorothea is filling my heart full.
Alright, everyone has their support up, and now I'm going to take today to explore the area, because I do believe all my kids have... yeah. I thought about resting, but resting gets them to about half, so I'd rather take the time to get them up there, so... but you guys don't have to see this unless, you know, a support conversation happens in the middle of it. Which, there is a chance depending on who I'm interacting with. But of course, I'll just return on the recording for then, because right now, I want to end the episode. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching and do if you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, you know what to do, and much appreciated if you do. Until the next video, I just want to say, laters.